are, and they've got a thing they're doing this morning.
Yeah.
So we just may not. I just may not. Well, obviously, I don't know what I'm doing, because they've got 5 people down there, all related. These the names of Browns.
Okay.
And they're all going to play the piano. They got 5 pianos outside down here. I'm just praying it rains.
Of course. It is supposed to rain later, though.
Some kind of nor'easter whips in here. But that's not going to happen.
Tickly Irish.
So that's what they're going to do this morning.
Just have these 5 people play the piano.
Yeah. And in 10 million years, that would never occur to us.
Wouldn't have thought of it.
And even if it were, if their people contacted us and said, hey, we've got 5 people who are related and they all play, I'd say, get out of here.
Just hang up, yeah.
Then no. The answer is no.
They also, according to Trevor, have the Wiggles booked this morning, who may be the 4 most annoying people on planet Earth. You know who the Wiggles are?
No.
This is children's entertainment to make you want to just do something bad to yourself.
And their ratings,
perverts, sort of. They look like perverts.
Possibly,
right?
yeah.
And their ratings are enormous.
Huge, yeah, huge.
Huge. The Fox and Fiends people.
Sure.
Go figure.
What are you going to do?
If you have a kid with autism or Asperger's or ADHD or some sort of allergy or anything. You know, this thing I went to the other night where I ran into Hayes Carl, well, it was a Canary Film Project, whatever the hell it's called. But the woman who runs it is Beth Lambert. They've got a thing called the Canary Kids Project. She's going to be and explain about it. Because they are recovering these children with autism and Asperger's and ADHD, diabetes, all kinds of other things in non-traditional ways. It's a fabulous organization, and they're doing 1 in 50 kids now diagnosed. 1 in 50 kids diagnosed with autism. So these organizations like Autism Speaks, which is a disgraceful organization, by the way, that tries to tell everybody that it's based on genetics, is even common sense tells you that just can't possibly be the case. So she'll be in to talk about that, and then Lori Rothman is just going to be on because we like her.
Sure.
And we don't care what she talks about. It doesn't make any difference. She doesn't have to even talk. So, But she will. So she's kind of amusing.
Good plan.
Larry King is here and all that stuff. So I was over at Rocco Maselli's yesterday, and we'll get to the government shutdown, and
still shut down.
Woman went crazy, and they had to. Unusual for a woman to start shooting stuff up, and they shot her there. But you know that the new Fox News thing starts Monday, and what they're going to do is have Shep Smith is going to anchor this. What are they going to call it?
News Deck, I believe.
Yes.
News Deck.
Because there's nobody better than just evidenced by all of these other things he's covered, like the Boston, the marathon bombing thing. He was up there in about, well, as long as it took him to go get on a plane and get there. And he was just marvelous. I mean, just an outstanding reporter. So
yeah, like a day like yesterday when this happened in D.C., they could have cut it.
Another lesson for you. Fox is they're so far ahead of everybody else. Number one, that it's not even a contest anymore, and yet they're making all of these changes. And all the changes, I don't know anything about it, but it seems to me like a good idea, all of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's no reason to be complacent, right? Always.
Well, the other people they don't change until they.
No, you're right.
Until they like the Today Show, they didn't change anything until they started losing until they fell to number 2 or whatever. Then they changed their set.
Yes, that'll fix it.
And man, if you can make Ann Curry a sympathetic figure, that's genius.
All you need to know.
So anyway, I'm over at Rocco Maselli's, and he's over 50th and 3rd. So I get back in the car. I don't know whether it was did, and we're driving up to 3rd Avenue. And I see one of these bus stop signs for the Goldbergs, which is apparently a new television show. Okay. And tell me if you don't think the same thing I think. I see it, and you know the second you see it that it sucks. Not only does it suck,
right?
All of the people suck in it.
They all do. Yeah.
That it has no possible chance
right.
of succeeding, and I mean none.
Zero.
And I asked Carly this morning, and she agreed. Didn't you, Carly?
Yes,
Yeah?
that show looks terrible.
But it's not just that show. It's any of these new shows. You see them, you know that they're going to suck. I mean, there's no question about it. So if I know that, and I don't know anything about it, and Carly knows that, she doesn't know maybe a little bit more than I do about it, but not much. Why then the people doing it? Wouldn't you think they know? What?
Right.
You know how these things get done? They get done because agents have friends who have production deals with, and that's how they get. They go to lunch or whatever they do, and they decide to do these things, and they all suck.
Yep.
And then along comes something like Modern Family, or which just came out of nowhere, or Breaking Bad, which came obviously out of nowhere, or the Homestead, or whatever the hell that's called, Homeland, or whatever.
That'd be Homeland, yeah.
Home on the Range, whatever the hell.
Whatever it's called. But these other now, or like Robin Williams, and there's just no possible chance that it can't. There's no way that's going to make it. Is there? There's none.
I think that all the time too. So you wonder.
Of course you do.
That or dead air, I guess. But
by the way, Rocco Maselli, who was a personal friend of Frank Sinatra's, and Jillian, all those guys, told me that there's no way that Frank. It's just not. It doesn't happen. So that's what he says.
Let me tell you something, my man. No freaking way, eh?
That's
pretty much.
Because when Frank was married to Mia Farrow, by the way, who has some redeeming qualities, in fact, many. And you have to remember, she adopted all those kids who nobody else would adopt. They weren't pretty little cute babies, some of them, you know. So
she was Angelina Jolie before. Well, Angelina Jolie.
No, but Mia Farrow actually raised him, and so she's an admirable person, but apparently crazy. But that's fine. That's fine.
Hey.
But they were married about 18 months, she and Frank. And Frank and I forget Rocco told me all this yesterday. They got a Mexican divorce. And then they got back, and they were somewhere, and Mia jumped out of the limo, and that's the last time Frank saw her. So.
Well, what about the pictures? The kid looks like Frank Sinatra. What about that, Rocco?
I don't think I would jump ugly with Rocco if I were you.
Well, you
do what you want.
You told me to say this off the air. You said you attack Rocco.
No,
I'll say this, and then you say that.
No, Rocco knows better than that.
That never happened on the show.
That degenerate little dweeby looks nothing like Woody Allen.
Well, so we can thank Maureen North for all this.
Yeah.
This is Tim Russert. Still think about him all the time. Well, not all the time, but a lot.
Yeah.
One of the great people on the planet, Tim Russert. And Lee Von Helm. So, anyway, 16 after the hour. Let's do some news again.
Good morning, sir. The market's looking shaky with this government shutdown and the looming fight over the debt ceiling. The Dow lost 136 points yesterday. However, the futures are up, and it's the first Friday of the month, but no jobs report because nobody in the government is at work for the most part. And Twitter finally revealing the details of its plan to go public. It's going to raise about $1 billion in its IPO. The company's worth about $10 billion. TWTR will be the ticker symbol. Now, this company, the real headline here is how much smaller it is than Facebook. 215 million active users. Facebook's got 1.1 billion roughly, and Twitter is still losing money. So you got to think about that.
So what's the car race this weekend now?
It is in Kansas.
Right. What kind of track is that?
It's a 1.5 mile track, so kind of one of your standard tracks. But Matt Kenseth, Kyle Busch, Jimmy Johnson. Watch those three boys.
Oh. Are the only three that have an opportunity to win this? Or?
They could, if one of them or more than one really starts sucking and doesn't finish the race, if they have an engine that blows, if they have a big wreck, then somebody else could be in the hunt. But it's those three guys right now.
Right.
Some high drama right there.
Now, all of the other people in the race, why are they in it? They don't have any chance to win the championship.
Well, there are 13 guys in the chase, and then everybody else, there's major money if you win.
Oh.
The purse is, I think, in the 7 figures, and that actually is dispersed to the entire company usually. Like everybody in the team gets some of that coin if they win.
Oh, yeah.
So it's everybody's incentive to win, always.
So, like, if you're on Danica Patrick's crew, let's just say, for example,
Yes.
you don't ever get any money, do you?
No.
I guess you get paid by the people who sponsor the car, right?
I mean, you get a salary, but you get a bonus every time your driver wins. Generally speaking. So
And I'm not picking on her because there's a lot of other. Well, we can start with her boyfriend. He never wins either. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He's
both rookies. Her year is much worse than his is, though.
Sure.
Much worse. I mean, she needs consoling, so she's got that going for her, right? Make it feel better, honey. Make it feel better.
Well, is she going to continue to do this?
I guess, yeah. I'm sure she has a contract.
Yeah.
She's locked in for, I don't know. You got to get better.
But then Dale Earnhardt Jr., he doesn't win either.
He won a year ago, a little more than a year ago at Michigan. And he was a major winning driver. Remember all those restrictor plate races he won, like at Talladega when he was driving the Bud car?
Tough to forget those.
No, I don't remember those, but I'll take your word for it. All right, 23 after the hour here in the time for a Bernie briefing, and that's sponsored by My Pillow. And here with that is Bernard McGurk. Morning, B.
Morning, boss. And let's see. They're going to ban the Hump Day catchphrase from a school up in Connecticut. Vernon, Connecticut. The GEICO Hump Day commercial. You know.
Why?
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Woo-woo! Hump Day!
Get happy. Get GEICO.
Apparently, the kids all over are saying it to the point where it's gotten annoying to the school. It's gotten disruptive, according to this article here up in Vernon, Connecticut. That commercial received 15 million hits on YouTube, and it's ubiquitous all over TV.
I had some in my car saying it the other day. It is kind of annoying, but it's kind of funny too. So.
Yo, it's hilarious, bro.
I like when Bernie does it.
Yeah.
Hump Day! Yeah. It is one of the funniest commercials ever.
Yeah.
And that big gangly camel, strutting down the hallway. Mike. Oh, come on, man. Well, anyway, these turds are going to ban the phrase from the school.
That's not good.
It's pretty bad. And
referring to them as turds probably is something we could avoid too in the future. But
I would withdraw the phrase actually. Sure. And last night on the government shutdown, listen to Stephen Colbert, what he said about the president.
Now, folks, Republicans don't want to shut the government down. They want to end this stalemate and get back to the important work of crippling the government. But President Barack Obama refuses to compromise.
I haven't been willing to negotiate, and I will not negotiate.
I've said this before. I'm going to repeat it. There will be no negotiations over this. Let me repeat. I will not negotiate.
He will not negotiate? And when did that start? Evidently, Obamacare covers ball transplants.
Wow. That's a shot. And Dana Carvey was recently on with Jay Leno. He had an amusing observation about older guys, hooking up with younger chicks. Take a listen to Dana Carvey.
But we've been married forever.
Yeah, you're like me.
I have a lot of friends who are now married to women in their 20s, and it's kind of funny. And the women are gorgeous, but they always try to sidestep it. Well, she's my soulmate, She's my soulmate. She's an old soul.
An old soul.
She's a 19-year-old Pilates instructor with a perfect ass, but she's an old. Her soul is ancient. Her ass is fresh.
Does it make you a little uncomfortable, I imagine?
Yeah, it's horrible.
And take a listen to Conan O'Brien. He was amusing last night.
A KKK rally, this is true, scheduled to be held in a national park was canceled due to the shutdown.
Yeah.
True story, yeah. This was bad news for the KKK, but good news for the park's black bears. Chelsea Clinton says that she will dedicate 2014 to giving her parents a grandchild. Yeah. In return, Bill Clinton said he will dedicate 2014 to giving Chelsea Clinton a half-sister.
I'll be there. 19 till the hour here on the
I'm still a little flustered.
Yeah.
Oh, man, brutal. WABC. And what's they're talking about the Giants playing the Eagles, I was thinking they probably should play the Eagles. Glenn Fry. So, Carly.
Yes.
Did you talk to Crazy Warner?
Yes.
And what have you decided?
I think, well, Warner's using the NewYorkPost.com. I'm sorry.
No.
Warner's using
Paper.
the New York Post paper.
Right.
So, and I printed it offline. So the lines changed. So next week, I'll just give you the paper version and not online.
But which one's more current?
Well, what are we going to do today?
I'll just give it to you from the paper.
Yeah.
Because Warner makes notes on the paper. He's all set up for this, so you guys can be on the same page that way.
Well, why didn't we do this?
Because last year, and I remember this very vividly.
What did we do last week?
I printed it out offline for you, and it just happened to match.
Oh, I see. So you've been doing this all along.
Yeah.
First conflict we've had.
Right. But the lines changed, so this week they changed, and now that's why we're not on the same page.
Warner's being a jerk in this, isn't he? Don't you agree, Carly?
No, yes, I do.
There you go. Let me sit down.
Over and done.
Just after the hour.
Wait a second.
In the professional football game,
Yes.
apparently the Cleveland people beat the Buffalo people, right?
Yes, and the
That's
spread.
good.
So $600 a head.
So now we've settled on what the spread is. And where Warner was trying to make poor little Carly look bad.
No.
Isn't that essentially what he did, Carly?
That's exactly what you did, Warner. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I would never make
Poor little
Carly
innocent
look
child,
bad.
Carly.
Oh, man.
Just trying to get through my day.
Yeah.
Grumpy Warner stomps on everything that was going good for me.
Yeah.
What is going on here?
Her life was working out, and what happens next?
Warner just...
Warner steps on your dream, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
That's right. All right.
Somebody got some orders over there.
It's 11 minutes after the hour.
Oh, there is something going on here.
I think she got religion.
Nobody got any orders.
No, she got religion is what she got.
Yeah, so all right. All that's coming up.
That's a big time. Wait a second.
But let's do the... what's wrong with you?
So Sinead O'Connor writes this letter to Miley Cyrus. Boy, this is light. She says to Miley, she's talented enough not to let the music business make her a, quote, prostitute. Now, apparently she felt the need to speak up because Miley had told Rolling Stone that Sinead O'Connor's Nothing Compares to You video was an inspiration to her, as it was obviously to the rest of us. Now, as if on cue, just after this story broke yesterday, some more semi-nude pictures of Miss Miley Cyrus were released. So I don't know if she's getting the message from
They are gross. Those
Sinead
pictures.
O'Connor. Did you see them?
I saw them. I was talking to Lou. They're absolutely the nastiest looking.
Weird, right?
And almost like pedophile. She looks. It's just disgusting.
Especially the one with the guy in the mirror. You could see him taking the picture.
That creep should be. He should be locked up. That lowlife.
You see like this flashbulb, this guy in the mirror that took the picture.
No, come on,
This is like 65-year-old perv.
It's unbelievable.
Billy Ray must be so proud.
Wow.
Listen, I don't even know if I want to even hear about this. 17 after the hour.
You'll be looking up those pictures
Let's
after
do
the show.
some business news, and
You'll be doing it in the break.
with that is Dagan McDowell. Morning, Dagan.
What? I'm busy.
What was that
over here looking at these naked
what was that
pictures
site,
of
Rob?
Miley Cyrus.
How are they?
Girl, look. You know what? I like her, so I think she looks good.
Oh my!
You see the guy in the mirror?
I like them dirty.
Oh, jeez,
So there you go.
Absolutely.
The dirtier, the better. You got some grease
God.
under your fingernails. Let's do this thing.
She's got it everywhere.
All right. Hey, on a lighter note, how about some...
God. She's right out of the mud.
Oh, baby, mud wrestling. 28 gain on the Dow futures right now after that triple-digit loss yesterday. Here is the weird thing. People are worried.
Oh, no, that's not the weird thing. No, there's the weird thing.
I like her.
I do like
It's
her.
got to be an Appalachian thing or something.
You're not serious.
No, I think everybody's piling on this poor girl. And
Oh, no, I agree with that.
they are totally piling on her, and everybody thinks that, oh, she's so gross, and she needs to keep her clothes on. Everybody just needs to shut up. If the girl implodes, let her implode.
Yeah.
I think she looks great.
All right, come on.
All right, interest rates have been falling. Worried about the U.S. defaulted on its debt? not really happening. Mortgage rates falling to their lowest level since June. We love that, but we don't love this. The New York Post is reporting that FAO Schwarz might vacate its iconic toy store on Fifth Avenue. FAO Schwarz is owned by Toys R Us. They're looking to sublease the space. Let's just hope the toy store stays in New York City. It's been here for 150 years.
All right, Dagan McDowell here in the Imus Morning Program. We have a briefing, and that's brought to you by MyPillow. Go to mypillow.com. Good morning, Bernie.
Morning, boss. We were just talking about those pictures of Miley Cyrus that are out, which are absolutely disgusting.
Oh, leave her alone.
I'm not picking on her. I'm being factual.
Objective.
And if you see the pictures, you would agree that it's just exploitative and it's just wrong. And she was talking about her new haircut and look and all of that. Take a listen.
I took the train to New York. My hairstylist was there, and I just said, shave my head, dye me blonde. Like, I need to, like, let go of like, a past in a way, because I felt like we need to see change. I just felt like I had this whole new attitude. I felt like I could finally be the bad bitch I really am.
Yeah.
That was Miley Cyrus?
That was her, yes. She's got that nice raspy cigarette voice. And getting advice now from Sinead O'Connor.
That'll be attractive in 20 years.
She wanted to be the bad bitch she's always been?
That's right. Just look at these pictures before you think anybody's being mean. And anyway, getting advice from Sinead O'Connor.
I just think we could focus on other things.
We could focus on the government shutdown, but it's very tedious.
I don't know about that either.
Day 4.
I mean, well, then what? I don't know. What am I going to do? What am I going to do here?
No,
anyway,
I'm not asking you to change.
Page 3 of the New York Post this morning. Advice from Sinead O'Connor, and it's like Gary Busey giving advice to Amanda Bynes. Just a screwball blast from the past, Sinead O'Connor. And Variety magazine boss is Jay Leno. He's way up in the ratings.
Sure.
You know, he beats The Late Show, and Jimmy Kimmel actually trails David Letterman and Jay Leno, just to keep you up to speed. But Jimmy Kimmel last night had this to say about the aforementioned government shutdown. Take a listen, boss.
President Obama blamed the shutdown on House Speaker John Boehner, and then John Boehner blamed it on the alcohol. So you can see we are really at a standstill here. They estimate that the shutdown is costing us $300 million a day. That is a full Iron Man sequel per day. We could be up to Iron Man 7 by tomorrow, but we're not because of this. What they call non-essential government services have been put on hold. Flight safety inspectors have been furloughed. National monuments are closed. Even the Grand Canyon is closed. They filled it with spackle, too, it seemed unnecessary. A number of passport offices have been closed, too. Interesting fact, passport lines take exactly the same amount of time whether the passport office is open or not.
You get it because they take forever.
Got it.
You get that?
31 after the hour.
Morning, man. I know that you're just really flour and water, a little yeast, a bit of sugar too. Your soft and fluffy taste just like you oughta. That's why I can't believe it's really true. You've come back to me triumphantly. I really thought that you were dead, but it's a wonder. You're back, Wonder Bread. Yeah, man. First it was the Twinkie, then the Ho-Ho, but now the final piece of the Holy Bakery Trinity has returned. Wonder Bread, pre-sliced loaves of cloud-like, tasteless white nothing. Because I don't need no whole wheat 12-grain artisanal canvas upon which I paint my culinary sandwich masterpiece of fried peanut butter, bacon, and bananas. Because it's already enriched. Builds strong bodies in 12 ways, and them ways is nutrients. Don't need no extra vitamins and minerals sneaking into the party, making it too healthy. I mean, ain't nothing better than pulling the crust off and rolling that airy bleached white flour square into a moist little dough ball and then frying the hell out of it and eat it like a hush puppy. You can't do that with a rye or a pumpernickel. And here's the best part. You know what the Spanish equivalent of Wonder Bread is called? Bimbo. How perfect a name is that? And pretty damn descriptive. Seems I like my bread the way I like my women. White and stupid.
Ladies and gentlemen, Imus in the morning.
Hey, Lou.
Yeah.
You remember Al Rosenberg?
Oh, love Al.
Did you work on the show with Al?
Yeah.
Somebody told me he was the mayor of some city in
New Jersey.
He is?
Yeah.
Mayor Al.
Al Rosenberg is the mayor of which city in New Jersey?
I do not know.
There's got to be a way to find this out, isn't there?
I would think Google.
Somewhere South Jersey, I think, because that's where he was from.
He ran for mayor and got elected?
Apparently. Ran against Gary Delabate, apparently.
Nice. Why not?
Despite those sexting pictures he had.
Well, no, but just...
God bless Al. What a nice guy he was.
Yeah, well, he
funny
was
and
nice
nice
guy.
man.
Funny, nice guy.
Really funny.
He started calling me. Well, it's kind of like a Larry the Cable Guy story. He started calling me, was it in the 70s?
Mm-hmm.
Claiming he was Earl C. Watkins. Wasn't that the name he used? Doing a black voice, Tony. White man doing a black voice.
Times have changed, haven't they?
They have.
Yeah. What do you think he is, Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah, really.
Call him from Naugatucket, Connecticut, someplace. Claim he had a herd of Nagas up there and made furniture. It's funny. He's a funny dude.
Mm-hmm. It is funny.
But
Naga, please.
Al was primarily interested in lunch. That was really basically his deal. He would come in the morning. He wouldn't, if you didn't ask him to write something, or he would come in day after day and do absolutely nothing. He'd come in and have lunch and hope that Charles wrote something, or that on the rare occasions I did. And if not, he'd just eat lunch and go home. So.
It's well fed.
And now he's the mayor of someplace. Well, good for him. So, Lloyd Rothman is coming up, who won a game hour here on the Imus in the Morning program. So, apparently, Casey Kasem, is this a true story?
Yeah, true story.
Larry King, so tell me the story.
Casey Kasem apparently is being held hostage in his own home by his wife, not allowing his family to visit him.
Why?
No one seems to understand why.
I'll give you one guess. Money.
Really?
Absolutely.
Well, what kind of shape is Casey in?
Bad.
Not
Parkinson's.
Good. Huh?
Parkinson's. 80-something years old.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Neither I don't know if he has a sense of humor or not. I know Dick Clark doesn't, or didn't.
Oh, God.
He certainly doesn't now.
He doesn't now. Well, he didn't like me making fun of him because I was, when I used to work for Mel Karmazon, Mel asked me to induct him into, so they were honoring him. He was being inducted into some Hall of Fame. Television, radio, but what difference does it make?
None.
Well, not that you're arguing with me about it, but I thought I'd pick a fight with you. And so Dick was there because he was being inducted as well. Well, Mel's a nice guy. He's a great guy, better than a nice guy. And but he didn't think it was a big deal. They asked him. He said, sure, he'd do it. But Dick apparently thought it was a big deal, so he had his entire family there with him. And whatever I said was inappropriate, probably.
Surprising.
Just making fun of Dick. And sure. You get this, and he's sitting right in front of me, and, he's just, you can see he's just so pissed that, they already doesn't like me. So, but probably justified. But I never got to talk to Casey about this. But I forget who I think gave me this years ago? Tom Snyder. Is he still alive?
No.
Oh, he's not. He used to have a talk show over at NBC when we were there. This had to be in the... it's all slipping away. Had to be in the 70s. I'm sure it was. I think he gave me this tape, this bootleg tape of Casey Kasem. Wasn't it Casey? Or did Murray the K give it to me?
No, it was the guy who used to be a fill-in DJ, who did production, who later on was a country DJ. I can't remember his name.
Buono Johnny.
No.
Not Buono Johnny?
No.
Dan Taylor.
Dan Taylor. Dan Taylor
gave it to you.
Dan Taylor.
Yeah.
Who worked at CBS FM, may still be there. And one of those radio geeks and a very nice guy.
Really
not
nice
a bad disc jockey. I mean, not Dan Ingram, but he was okay. He gave me this.
Now, we're up to our long-distance dedication. And this one is about kids and pets and a situation that we can all understand, whether we have kids or pets or neither. It's from a man in Cincinnati, Ohio. And here's what he writes. Dear Casey, this may seem to be a strange dedication request, but I'm quite sincere, and it'll mean a lot if you play it. Recently, there was a death in our family. He was a little dog named Snuggles, but he was most certainly a part of... Let's start again. From coming out of the record. Play the record, okay? Please. See, when you come out of those up-tempo damn numbers, man, it's impossible to make those transitions, and then you got to go into somebody dying. You know, they do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but damn it, if we can't come out of a slow record, I don't understand it. Is Don on the phone? Okay, I want a damn concerted effort to come out of a record that isn't a up-tempo record every time I do a damn death dedication. Now, make it, and I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week. This is a last damn time. I want somebody to use his brain to not come out of a damn record that is that's up tempo, and I got to talk about a dog dying. Boy, this is ponderous, man. Ponderous, ponderous.
Yeah.
Such humor. All the super sales. God bless him. And speaking of Al Rosenberg, we were working on. We were doing at NBC when it was WNBC. And Soupy, they had hired him to do the 10 to whatever time it was show, 10 o'clock he came on. So in Rosenberg, he'd come into this. He and Larry Kenny, those guys. So Al and I was drunk most of the time or whatever, but Al and I would eat breakfast, of course, and make a horrible mess in the studio. And Soupy would complain about it because there would be cream cheese all over the console, whatever, you know. And we didn't give a damn. They spilled vodka and grapefruit juice. Nobody cares. So as soon as he complained about it, we then got boxes of cereal dumped on Frosted Flakes, dumped them all over the floor and stuff. So then, so this is all Al's idea. So Soupy, he's on the air one day, and he's complaining that he lost his address book with all of his phone numbers and all of his contacts in it. And he had, American Airlines had lost it, according to Soupy. And this is way before cell phones and everything. What he had done is he had checked it with his luggage, like an idiot. So he had no numbers for anybody. So Al gets the idea, and then there's a reception desk at NBC where they would take, and people wanted to get a hold of you in those days, they would call. Our offices were there. So Al starts calling the front desk, posing as different various organizations, offering Soupy jobs, because Soupy was always talking about this movie is in or that TV show is on or whatever. So Al would call and say, so-and-so from ICM got a great deal for Soupy. Give me a call. He's got the number. And he did that. So, and then Soupy saw the air sky. Man, maybe it was funnier then than it is now. Anyway, Lori Rothman's coming up. We're already eating into her time, but we'll get into our Bernie briefing. And that's sponsored by MyPillow. Go to MyPillow.com, buy a couple of them. Anyway, good morning, Bernard.
Morning, boss. You think their life stinks. Everybody has a ugliness in their lives. Sure. Listen to Brook Shields. She was married to Andre Agassi back in the day, about 10 years ago, I guess, and they got divorced. Take a listen to Brook Shields.
I mean, I am divorced, and mine was very quick and relatively easy. He, quote-unquote, did say to me, be happy we don't have children, or I would not have made this easy for you. Yes, end quote.
Whoa.
What's that now?
She said that Andre said, thank God we don't have children. I would not have made this easy for you. Right. Revealing some ugliness at this point, which probably better left unsaid at 10 years later. But what do I know, boss?
Well, why are we hating on Andre Agassi?
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly the point. Yeah. That man's quick on the uptake.
No doubt.
And speaking of showbiz moms, boss, Miley Cyrus's mom?
Yes.
Oh, my God. We were talking about those nasty pictures of Miley this morning. Mm-hmm. The mom should take some pictures like that. God. She's got some of these nice trashy tattoos. I think she's like 54 years old, and you should check this woman out. But again, speaking of showbiz moms,
do we have a picture of her?
Get on that, Dagan.
Well, you can go to Google Images and check it out.
Have you done that, Dagan?
No.
This is good advice from
Right.
but I'm on it.
But knowing the Iron Man's taste, you might.
Why would we be talking about it?
Mom.
And you and Bigfoot are not prepared to show it to us.
Because you were saying we were being mean to Miley. We're not.
No, I was just saying there are other people more deserving of our
So we're trying to
wrath than her.
Be fair and balanced and compliment somebody, which is her mom.
Okay.
And speaking of showbiz moms, listen to Jimmy Kimmel from last night.
There's a new TLC reality show I want to give you a heads up about. You know, TLC is the channel that airs Toddlers and Tiaras. It's the learning channel. That show's been such a big success for them, they've been scouring the country looking for even more despicable parents to focus on. And guess what? They found some on a show about cheerleaders called Cheer Perfection.
My knee is not good. The performance did not help it. It probably made it worse, but it's worth it. So.
We didn't win, so is it worth it?
Yes. Would you rather have gotten second or 10th? First.
It's been sucky this week. Every 5 minutes, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
girl.
Thank you. Thank you.
After the competition, Ann and I are at the hotel bar drinking our sorrows away. It's not because we're losers, though. It's because our kids are.
Hopefully that wine glass was filled with poison. Some of that ricin they gave Lydia on Breaking Bad.
That's what we like. Jimmy Kimmel wishing death upon
Solar 6 out the hour. Lauren Rothman is next.
Steve Ballmer has started his farewell tour over at Microsoft, and he got extremely emotional at a recent Microsoft employee meeting where he got to play one of his favorite songs ever. Here's a little bit of that.
You've made this the time of my life.
And he proceeds to run around and start high-fiving the employees. It's a very long introduction where he recounts how Patrick Swayze stands on the stage at the end of Dirty Dancing and how that's one of his favorite movies. And he is weeping openly at points during this speech.
Now we know what's been wrong with Microsoft all these years.
For God's sakes, act like a man.
Holy Lord.
It's like some music teacher retiring from a high school.
If your voice cracks when saying "The Time of My Life," that song, something's wrong with you. That's male menopause right there.
Well, I saw Melissa Francis doing this.
Holy.
But I didn't get to hear Steve.
We can play more Steve, but it goes on. It's long, like the clip that we...
Why is he leaving, by the way?
He's just stepping down. He's been there 33 years.
Time to chill.
It's just time to go.
Oh, my God.
Can't be there forever.
Wow.
Look at him.
Wow. Oh, my
I'll
God.
cut more of it. The intro to this song and the movie is lengthy.
Oh, look at him.
Look at him still going.
I mean,
he thinks he's Patrick Swayze.
Slapping people. And
thinks he's like a pro wrestler.
He's actually known for this. This is not completely out of character for him. Let's just say.